By the way, my name is aka the Actor Dude. I'm trusted name. You can trust when it comes to all things reaction. Shout out to all the subscribers. Shout out to returning subscribers. If you're new here, subscribe button, turn on the post notifications. Listen, you know what I mean? I made a massive mistake the first time around trying to react to this content. I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. You feel me? I'm just not going to make the same mistake twice this time. So, yeah, let's just get straight into it. You see the title of the video, or this live stream, or whatever the case may be. So let's just get straight into it. So in fact, let me just give you a disclaimer. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to still listen via the earbuds. Yeah, but secondly, the other situation I can't react via you guys also watching. Even if I was to blur it in terms of the actual documentary, unfortunately, copyright protection. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, yeah. But we're still gonna react regardless. Just out to everyone watching. Um, that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. But anyway, let's just get straight into it. Just no delays. When you see it, just can do a second. The kind of, huh. And that's the thing. I was trying to watch this again. It's just like I've got to restart the whole browser. You know what I mean? But anyway, in the meantime, make sure you share this. Leave a comment in the comments below or in the live chat. Let me know what your thoughts are. You get me? Obviously, the name of this episode is called Pain is Love. Sorry, Pain versus Love. So, and it's funny because obviously it's a play on the fact that he used the name Love in it as well. So that's interesting. Um, I just realized that like after the fact, and that's a good thing about reaction videos. Sometimes you realize afterwards. But anyway, let's look at me. Okay, so now that. I was given. If you watch the first one, like I literally was saying, I'll give him a fly in terms of the media can do your dirty business and stuff like that. I'll give him a fly on that regard. However, if you are doing dirty, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? You can't call us. Yeah, you can't call them out for doing dirty. And that's the problem. Not dealing with reality. And that's the thing. You're talking about seeing images quickly, yeah? It's like, hang on, isn't he not the same one? Yeah, isn't he not the same one? Like, let's be real, yeah. You see, with images, yeah, they can look a certain way, but it depends on the certain things that is. You know what I mean? It depends. The reality is, you see that video of him, you know, for the lack of a better word, you see what happened, what he did to Cassie. You've seen that. So that's not painting a narrative. That's not that literally is what it is. That is what it is. So anyway, let's keep moving. Imagine so many lawsuits. The fact that he literally admits to admit that he's losing, that says it all. That literally says it all. You understand? That literally 100% says it all. Because yo, like you can't. Let's be real here. When you've done things like of what he's done or what he was allegedly, well, what he was accused of. You know what I mean? Like clearly, you can't win in those situations. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how much status you have. I don't care how much connections you have. You can't. You can't win. You can't win. There's no way for you to win. Even if it's like years later, you can't. You can't win. It is what it is. Just accept it. You know what I mean? Accept it. Anyway, let me see if I can actually kind of maximize this. Obviously, I know you lot can't see it. Oh my days! I need to get an ad blocker on this thing for real, for real. Like, yeah, ad popping up. It's like it's jarring. Anyway, alright. Then, Um, I'm trying to maximize this. I'm trying to do so much things to watch it properly so I can react properly. But when the ads keep popping up, it's jarring. Um, let's do some. I need to remove these ads, man, like properly. But yeah, let me know what your comments. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I know you can't see the video. I know it is what it is, right? Like it's unfortunate, but that's how it is, man. I can't, I can't control how the copy. I can't control these type of stuff. You feel me? Like I can't control it. It's just one of those things there where you see when it comes to yeah, like you see when it comes to like yeah, you see when it comes down to these things. There's only so much that one can actually do. You feel me? So let's see. I say perfect, but okay. So now we have a problem. Now we have a problem. The website doesn't want to work properly now. It's so typical, isn't it? It doesn't want to work properly unless I just yeah, we're going to exit the page still and restart. So yeah, man, hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notifications. Then I'm reacting to Sean Kong's uh, Pain versus Love. Sorry, Sean Kong's the recording. Episode 1, Pain versus Love. Then we shout out to 50 Cent for this, shout out to everyone involved with this. Listen, like I said, the fact that he knows that he's losing. He knows. He 100% knows he is losing. But that's the thing. When you do lose the stuff, you're going to lose. Doesn't matter if you were winning in the more or less the beginning start stages of it and during the process of it. Eventually, you will end up losing. That's why they. That's why I firmly believe in clean hearts always win. Clean hearts always win. So let's keep it moving. Let's go. All right. So listen, we're gonna read all this, yeah. So basically, in 2025, Sean Combs was tried in federal court on charges including RICO, act trafficking, and violations of Mann Act. Obviously, I can't say certain words because, again, YouTube and that. He was convicted on 2 counts of transportation to engage in under the Mann Act and acquitted of the remaining charges. He was sentenced to 50 months in prison with time served. And the fact that this is within 5 minutes, that's 4 minutes and 13 seconds of the docu-series, in the first episode, is interesting because it's like, raw, 50 months, 50% is good. And I know some people will be like, of course, this 50% is so this and that, blah, blah, blah. Jimmy, he wants to get his pay, but he's only doing this because Diddy had his baby mom, blah, blah, blah. Like, come on, relax, man. 50% has been talking about Diddy for years. For years. Like, for years. Like, hey, listen, here's what it is. Let's keep moving. So it's inevitable that would, and obviously, wouldn't you rather someone from the culture, yeah, of hip hop culture in general, and has a television production, yeah, wouldn't you want them to actually get a docu series done and done in the right way? Because there's a way to do documentaries where it's not done in the right way. Not to say that this is in the right way, because we're going to get through that. Because I don't want to judge just yet, because I've seen that full thing. I'm not going to lie to you, but I want to let you guys understand why my thoughts are what my thoughts are. You understand? Let's keep it moving. How, how did they get this footage, though? Everyone wants to say how does 50 Cent get this footage. Yeah. How does 50 Cent get this footage as if he's the editor? Come on, man. See, look, and it's like, he says, look, just get cutaways of them. He's them, first of all. And I understand, I used to study media studies. So obviously, and for him to have a video like this, and obviously, it's now with his documentary, and it's like, obviously, he's upset about the whole situation, but it's what it is. But it's like, he obviously had his own agenda. That's why he's upset. He had his own agenda. And let's just say, let's get this out of the way before I say anything else, right? Before we continue. With documentaries, I understand agenda and a narrative can be pushed out there like that. But the right way to do a documentary or a docu-series is to be unbiased. Get all sides of the story. Simple as that. You understand? Once you get all sides of the stories, then you can get a full perspective on what the situation is, depending on what the subject matter is. But let's keep it moving. Let's All right, so we're going to read this real quick. All right, so basically, it says in September of 2024, Sean Combs had a videographer follow him while in New York City. During this time, Sean Combs was under federal investigation. The filmmakers obtained this footage after Sean Combs was arrested. All right, so the filmmakers, not 50 Cent or not just 50 Cent, the filmmakers obtained this footage. That's key information. You know what I mean? Let's go. Okay, that is, look at the feds I'm watching. Facts. They wouldn't be accountable for the actions. Everyone. It's madness. You see it. It's mad. So basically, it's interesting that Kalina is part of his documentary as well. If you didn't know, Kalina, she was in the group Danny Decay, and also Diddy Dirty Money. Um, and it's interesting how at the start she's mentioning how he wanted to be like Diddy based on the fact of the image he was portraying, the energy he was portraying. You know what I mean? Like that go get it attitude. That you know what I mean? As a black, and obviously she's a black woman, but like with him being a black man, that freedom, that pride. You know what I mean? That energy of go get it. That's what she appreciated about Diddy. You know what I mean? But let's keep it moving. Let's go. Not every day. Every day. And yeah, Eric was also part of this documentary as well, which I find I don't want to say hilarious, but it's the fact that knowing like if you watch Art of the Dialogue platform, which I'm gonna have to watch more of his content anyway, regardless. So make sure you stay subscribed for that. But like basically, Gene Deal, Sean Combs' ex bodyguard, or one of his ex bodyguards, should I say, um, basically has discussed that, you know, that Misha, who ended up being Sean Combs, um, and that we just, it's a bit of touch and go when you talk about that situation. Let's put it this way. He ended up getting with Misha, but he took Misha from Eric Sermon, just like he took Kim Porter from I'll Be Sure. Crazy, isn't it? Let's go. Yes, and I hope we never see another Sean in our lifetime like that. You know why? Because if you are that much of a, you know what? Let's get continue with the documentary. But from what we know of, you understand? No, you don't want that. If it's the case of the energy of getting money and helping the community properly, you know what I mean? Having pure, good, genuine intentions. You know what I mean? Fair. You know what I mean? With no negative intentions. Because the thing is, yes, you can help someone, but you still have your own personal intentions that are negative, but they may see it as positive, which is mad. But let's get straight back into it. Let's go. Oh wow. Roger Bond, he's one of his ex bodyguards, said Diddy felt like the more money he got, the more power he got, and the more money he got, it almost felt like the more money and more power he got, it almost felt like he feels that the money he gets can get him out of any situation. And this is the thing about life. I know some people want to act as if, oh, the more money you have, people can get away with stuff. No, no, no. Life does not work that way. It doesn't. It literally doesn't. I mean, you can bribe people here and there for only a certain amount of time, but it's only a matter of time. Give me a second, people. You out there? Mm-hmm. I'm feeling a bit nervous, but yeah, just live as well. No, I'm just live as well, bro. Live. Live streaming. No, I said I'm live streaming. No, she said that. She more than said that's okay. She said just get that soon. No, she said get that soon. Mhm. Mhm. Um. Mhm. 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 Oh, okay. I love it too. Yeah. All right, people, we are back. Give me a second. All right, let's go. Okay, another girl second. Yeah. So this is, if I was doing this docu series, yeah, and we're talking to the juror, right, or one of the juries, or whatever the case may be. One question I would have to ask is, when you all came to the conclusion, yeah, did you, knowing that the 4th of July was happening and happening soon, within like the deliberations were what? Yeah, it was literally a few days, if that, before the 4th of July, which is American Independence Day, where most people want to be celebrating with their families. And you understand? So, and obviously, in America, and I'm sure if you're American, you understand, holidays are literally everything to you guys. You know what I mean? Like, holidays is everything. Like, vacation or whatever the case may be, what you want to call it. So, naturally, you want to be with the family. I'm thinking the jury clearly had that in mind. That's all I'm saying. I've been saying it. So let's go. Mhm. So up the cat, he ain't the best storyteller in hip hop. And the fact that they mentioned, he's always creating a narrative. Okay, that's one point. Fair enough. Cool. Whatever. Um, narcissistic people tend to want to create their own narrative. However, as far as the best storyteller in hip hop, let me know in the comments below. Who do you believe is the best storyteller in hip hop? Like, my two go to, in my humble opinion, and this is just my opinion only, okay? It's Tupac and also Kendrick Lamar. But let me know in the comments below who else do you believe. If you were to give five, let me know in the comments below. Maybe also Ice Cube. You can throw an Ice Cube into that mix. You know what I mean? Maybe. Scarface. Oh, Scarface. Listen, okay. You know what? Let me not get into this. Let me just get back into the documentary. But as far as hip hop storytellers, Diddy isn't one of them. Let's be real. He doesn't even write his own rap. Let's go. That's African Carcass. Facts. Well, no, I don't know who said that. It was a male that said that. I believe it probably was Mark Curry. I'm not too sure. But basically, 'cause it didn't show the person who was saying it. But basically, long story short, he said you can't hurt people or continue to hurt people and expect nothing to happen to you. Real talk. Yeah, Mark Curry. I think it's very strategic that they use. I believe the song is called "Told the Story" by Saint Rick. It's very strategic. If you know that video, you will understand. Anyway, let's go. Um, um, and now it's Kirk Burrows. You know what I mean? Like, he's another one that I've seen prior to this docu series. He's on Art of the Dialogue platform as well. Talking of his story. But yeah, let's keep it moving. Let's go. Profile and bad boy thing. Okay, listen, this part, yeah, like I said, I've seen it before, and obviously we got here before, and then the film got interrupted a bit further on into the docu series or whatever. But basically, you know what Suge Knight said he wants to be what's it all up in the videos, dancing. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's go. Hey, listen, I saw the Word Up magazine, and I have to ask this question: have you ever had Word Up magazine or Write On? And you know what I mean? Because those were the go-to when it comes to posters. Like posters galore. I listen, if you know, you know. All over the bedroom. Are you crazy, dog? Listen, hey, it's what it is. It's just catch a memory. But all I'm gonna ask you just in the comments below. Let me know what if you need to collect that. But yeah, hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notifications. I know I have to react this way just to suit the copyright purposes and stuff like that. It is what it is. So let's keep it moving. Literally, a big stop everything. Rest in peace, man. It's interesting how I'm glad, yeah. One thing I'm glad about this documentary so far is knowing that it's basically talking about the beginning stages. That's key when it comes to documentaries. Very key. Because you can't just go straight in and be like, boom, 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 because that's pair narrative. But when you understand, boom, this is where it started. This is how it was. You know what I mean? It's a gradual process. Let's go. I try not pause as much now. Interesting. Yeah. You see an image of countries, the image of how it's interesting. But real talk. I know I said I won't pause it too much here, but I have to say this. I have to pause it and say this. I want to react to B. Howard's Night and Day version, but obviously I'm not to react to the original, obviously. But yeah, man, hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notifications. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, I have to react in this way because obviously it's one, it's easy to pause on the earbud. Two, the reality is copyright purposes. This is the only way I can beat the copyright algorithm system. I don't know what to call it, and I understand. You know what I mean? You want to protect your stuff, but the era we're living in, you got to understand this is free market. You know what I'm saying? But let's go. Ooh, talk your talk. I'm sure. Why do you take me for a date and a kiss? Knowing Tim Boys with I'll be sure. Massive. Nothing in a hot. Well, that's a New York thing, isn't it? Yeah. So listen, you see how it starts at the beginning? Oh, okay, yeah, it was not his cool friend that called him a dweeb. It was Kurt Burrows that called him a dweeb. Fair enough. I mean, he did be fair, because naturally you're gonna call him a dweeb naturally. Um, but what was I gonna say? It's interesting how I forgot what I was gonna say, but let's keep moving. Mm. Damn, I'm sure him being built into cool from a dweeb to some into cool. I feel it. This is not like it's a negative portrayal when you. Mm. They live together? Hold up now, time out, pause, just for a few seconds. They live together. You know what I'm talking about. But at the time, yeah, Sean Combs, Andrea Well, they live together. Now, really deep it, it's not really that deep, really deep it, but knowing what, you know what I'm saying? When you deep it, they were in deep. Pause. No Diddy. Let's go. Mysterious fact. Why do you, never mind. No, that's an image of, no. No, no. You ever, you know the imagery of when a, there's, you know they're a couple. There's just that imagery. Now I get it, optics in it, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Get me? Let me not talk down on Andre Rose. But then again, he did a two-part that 30, so yeah. Anyway, let's go. Oh. I mean, you can't really blame. Here's the thing, yeah. Yes, fathers matter. Fathers are needed, without a shadow of a doubt. But no excuses. A child can learn from right from wrong from their mother. I'm not saying they need a man to listen. It's magic because there is some things you'd be like, nah, man should be doing these type of things, blah blah blah. But the reality is this, yeah. That's all perspective, and I understand that optics, cool. But a, a mother can teach a son right from wrong from early. They can. You can't tell me any different. You know how many people grew up in a single parent household, yeah, where it's just the mother for whatever the case may be, whatever reason, and and let's say it's a boy, the son still turns up good. The son still turns up doing well in life. No negative, no. You understand? They're not a, they're not A to women like that. You know what I mean? So what are we saying? Like I give you a prime example. Again, art of the dialogue. I was watching an interview with Omar Gooden Jr. Yeah, Omar Gooden Jr. You know what he said? He said something along the lines how his mom taught him how to be a man or something like that. I can't remember what the word verbatim. So what we doing here? And all right, cool. That's Omar Gooden Jr. For T-Bob, can't speak for T-Bob. That's a different situation. However, for Omar Gooden Jr., let's think about it. Let's think about it. So there's no excuses. I'm not saying they were a single parent household. I'm just saying from a woman's perspective. You know what I mean? A woman can teach their son right from wrong. So no excuses. I don't care. I mean, did you have to start to work it after I was stopped as well? You did your research, yeah? Did you find out he was also a. Never mind. I will say. No, you weren't a son of a hustler or a gangster. You were a son of a snitch. Allegedly. You were a son of a rat. Allegedly. And you didn't want to go out like that. That's why you never spoke in your trial. That's why you never spoke in your trial, because you'd be like, oh, wait, it is like father, like son. You know, anyway, we'll get into that another day for another story. But let's keep it moving. Nah, Kurt Burrows, I hear what you're saying. I hear what Kurt Burrows is saying in regards to. I want to stop pausing it here, but like, I hear what he's saying in regards to the the actual play. I hear what he's saying in regards. No, I'm gonna hear myself. Like I hear what he's saying in regards to her overcompensate, like Janice, like or Diddy's mum or Sean Combs' mum tried to overcompensate by dressing him up as this dandy and all that stuff. There, I, the reason why I say because the fact that the father wasn't there or whatever, I hear it, but I don't hear it. The reality is there's a lot of parents that just want their kids to dress well. And if they saw that kids look well dressed in a certain way, it is what it is. I'm just saying, wouldn't you want your kids to dress well? And your perception of dressing well is going to be different to someone else's perception of dressing well. And you also got to remember about fashion in different eras. You understand? You get it. So let's keep it moving. And remember, she said also didn't she just mention? Well, I don't know if you heard it, but basically she mentioned she works in a baby boutique. So therefore, she understands. She's like, raw. She knows what she wants to dress her son as in. You know what I mean? Until he's capable of dressing himself and wants to dress how he wants to dress. You get me? Let's go. There you go. Whoever's flying harder, he was that first. There you go. Hmm. So what's he trying to imply? That black PlayStation is what? Anyway, Okay. He's basically saying that's what social media you see that in. So just let you know, if you saw the friend of speaking, by the way. Yeah. You've been taking a lot of stuff when you're a child. You input that in your memory and you digest that and I mean, damn, how are you? Hey, his childhood friend is quoted him saying, as a child, he was goofy. Hey, hey, nah, time out. Are you calling your childhood friend goofy? Hey, that's rude. That is what it is. If he was goofy, innit? Let's go. Yeah, I can't even explain because even as a child, I was a neat. So just no. Well, what's that anyway? Let's not get to the news. About Diddy. Let's go. Okay, this is get brilliant. Hmm. These are not supposed to be a joking thing though. When you get beat by parents, no. That's a disciplining thing. You know. Yeah. His mom literally told him, or in his words, and I'm not gonna say it verbatim, but he said, if someone hits you, hit them back harder, and make sure you f them up so they don't do it again. That's mad. Let's go. So his friend is basically saying, Shadow's friend is basically saying, Sean Combs, he wouldn't fight with his fist. You know what I mean? Normally, he would fight. He would do all sorts of stuff. So he was Mike Tyson. Man, let's not go that far. He wasn't Mike Tyson now, but like, you know what I mean? He was fighting people. He'd do anything to win that fight. Says, I understand it, but come on. If you want your, like, if you're a parent, yeah, and you've got a son and you want to teach him how to fight, you've got, you, and well, to defend themselves, first and foremost. It's not about attacking someone, it's about defending themselves, right? The best thing you could take them to do is take them to do boxing or mixed martial arts. Mixed martial arts is a bit better because it's well more rounded. Boxing is it's like there's a difference between boxing and street fighting. You get it? There's a difference. I don't know how to explain it, but let's go. Mm. Kurt Burrows needs to allow that. But if people are shaped by pain or they're shaped by love, but if they're shaped by pain, watch out. But this is the thing, perception. What's your perception of pain and what's your perception of love if someone's raised in whichever way? Leave your answer in the comment section below. Because either way, it shouldn't. Because we're not just shaped by one thing in our childhood. We're shaped by many other things. You understand? We're shaped by many other things. That's just how life is. Like you may hold on to a particular pain in your life, but at some point, you know what I mean? I don't explain it, but I'm not a psychologist. Janice Combs was contacted for comment regarding allegations that she physically harmed Sean Combs. She did not want. She did not respond to our request. I mean, of course she's not going to respond. You're doing a documentary on her son. Of course she's not going to respond. You reckon she would? You know what I mean? He probably said, "Ma, don't any documentary that they want you in to speak on me, don't say anything. Keep quiet." You know what I mean? He probably told his mom to just keep quiet. Let's be real. Okay, so Joy Dickinson Mill was talking. It's been around 1889. Hmm. Yeah, okay. Hmm. A party at Andre Rosa. You don't know. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so just for clarification on what's going on. So basically, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Joy or Joe? But she basically was went to a party, to Puffy's party. She was invited to, and then basically and at Andre Ross' house, Andre Ross wasn't there, and she helped clean up because of the mud or whatever the case may be. Puffy, Sean Combs basically said thanks for helping me, and then he mentioned an opportunity, basically the opportunity is to be in the music video because one girl that was supposed to be in the video, she backed out of it. Like, he said, "You're not doing the video." Okay, so just let know, people, she's in the music video straight from the soul, yeah? From the Soul Sisters, the Finesse and Siniquas, the Soul Sisters. And Diddy's actually in that video. Well, irony. The premise of her is to get out the car and get away from the pimp. And do you know how pimps actually are allegedly? I'm not going to use the word allegedly, just how they usually are portrayed in media. I'm going to just say that. If you understand, you understand. Let's go. Damn, straight like that? That's a straight, direct question. Was there ever a time Sean Combs used? You know what I mean? I just want to use the word SAU. Damn. Let's keep it moving. And that direct answer is yes. Time out, time out, time out. You see, when people talk about their experience when it comes to these things, I never know how to. I even know, man. But like, you know what it is? The fact that she literally just mentioned that someone called her and said, "You know, he has you on video." Not a music video, but a video. Just remember what the question is that was laid up. The question that she answered directly. All right. So in November of 2023, Joy Dickinson Mills sued Sean Combs under the New York State Adult Survivors Act, a lawsuit which alleges he was drugged and assaulted. That's the word. Assaulted by Combs in 1991 was one of the first among more than 100 civil cases filed against Combs. What's it Sean Combs? Not just Combs. Yeah, there's evidence. Wow, of the lawsuit. Damn, man. And this is just for everyone. Relive their story, that tell the story, that they're reliving it now. Wow. Her mom wrote a letter. Her mom wrote a letter to Sean Combs' parents. And she's shaking. No way. She literally is shaking. And this is the first time. No, 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 no. I don't care. 50 months is not enough. I do not care. 50 months is not enough. Damn. She's screaming in the middle of the night. Damn. The mom was asking who is Puffy and he would, why would, oh man, I can't even say this verbatim. I can't. Damn. 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 I have to pause that for a minute. Just moment of silence, man. I don't know what to say, man. Like, Because then how do you react in that situation? Because it's like you can't necessarily go to the law at that point when there's not enough money to be able to pay lawyer fees and this, that, and the third. Because again, you don't know how much money that person has. Do you understand? So oh man, and because I'm not saying that I said it earlier. Money doesn't make things go away. Money, you can't. You know what I mean? But as far as legal fees have to be paid. Do you understand? Legal fees have to get paid. That's just how it goes. But let's go. People are selfish. It's supposed to show you people are selfish. They don't want to help her. Some people are very selfish. It's self-centered. For real. There's no excuses. There's no theory for that. I don't care if you want to blame alcohol. I don't care. I don't. Burrows needs to stop giving Diddy a blight or not even a blight, giving excuses. There's no excuses for why someone does something. I get if someone's inspired by something. That's a different story. Yeah, but there's no excuses. There's literally no excuses. I don't care if you want to associate with alcohol. No, no. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, we know alcohol was a snitch, a happy snitch at that point. But you know what I mean? We'll get into that story when it comes to my reaction to the series to do with paid in full. And well, I say paid in full, but it might be called something different later down the line. But like, I'll react to that. And again, 50 Cent is also involved. So make sure you stay subscribed, turn on your post notifications, because when I react to that content, I will react. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Let's go. Now, first of all, just you know, of course he's not. Of course he's going to deny it. Of course he would deny it. It makes sense to feel nauseous. man. You're not just saying. I understand some of it. You're not just saying. All right. So as of airing, the civil case filed by Joy Dickerson Neil against Sean Combs remains pending in court filing. Mr. Combs denies ever being alone with Joy or engaging in any misconduct. He vehemently denies the allegations, calling them false and salacious. Oh, Sean Combs started some friends. And the way he looks, the way he's dressed, the way he's got the head wrap, he seems like he's a Rastafari. So Rastafarians usually are on point. You know what I mean? So usually they're against these types of things, as far as I'm aware. You know what I mean? As far as I'm aware about Rastafarians. But we're gonna keep it moving. Let's go. Very breaking news, though. Very breaking news, though. Well, listen, you broke other people, so it's a matter of time for you to be broken. And now you know what I'm saying? Because at the beginning of this docu-series, oh, you look very broken. So broken that you're like, we're losing. I'm joking. I shouldn't be laughing, but let's keep moving. Let's go. Okay, now it's talking about the stakeholder incident in 1991. What does it actually specifically? If people have the ticket and they people don't have the ticket and it's sold out and they bum rush the door, that's precisely what the problem is. You have to mitigate that problem. If you know that this exists, you have to mitigate that. If you put it on an event, I do not care. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how much connections you have. You have to mitigate that problem. Like, because there was another situation in the UK, and I believe it was in Brixton, in South London, Brixton. If you know, you know. There was a situation Yeah, I can't remember which artist was involved and he was performing or whatever the case may be. But this was at Brixton Academy that I do know of. So the organizers, the security, everyone involved, and you know what I mean, should understand to some point, they have to find a way to make sure if this is going to be sold out, we have to make sure that it doesn't get to a situation where people are rushing. You know what I mean? Breaking barriers, breaking doors. You know what I mean? Crushing people. That like, and maybe that's just me thinking there's always a solution to problems or trying to preempt problems. You understand? So you can find a way to create to prevent problems. You get it? Find solutions like preempt solutions to find. You know what I mean? I'm just maybe I'm wrong for thinking this way. You know what I mean? This is keeping you know. Let's go. Yeah, that's the future of them. Okay, so Kurt Burrows is saying it was Sean Combs over promoted it and overhyped it, and that led to the bomb rushing of the event. That was Sean Combs just walking around like that. Maybe he didn't know anything about. I don't want to give it a excuse. Especially when I don't learn about it. And that's the thing. That it cost $12 for a ticket. $12. Kurt Bauer was saying that he carried that Sean Combs carried all the weight of that in regards to he was to blame. But really and truly, I mean, I've watched something in regards to this situation, and as much as you can, his name was on a ticket anyway. He's the organizer, so he had to talk. It's not like he couldn't say nothing. He had to say something. Eric Sermon saying it was the biggest news ever, and that's how he became super, super famous. So he became famous via tragedy. That's absolutely insane. Well, wait. You saw this. What did you do to stop that? What did you do to try and stop Sean from assaulting his own mother? What did you do? Don't tell me what you saw. Tell me what you did. What did you do, Kurt Burrows? The filmmakers reached out to Sean Connery regarding accusation that he physically harmed his mother. He did not reply. Of course, he never replied. And think about it, yeah. Look at what he's been in jail for. And look what we saw that happened to us in that video in classes. If he could do that to his mother, yo, that image, the optics of this image, if you were to see this image, again, it's even different to the other one, but it's now where they look like they're about to kiss. I can't even front. It's mad. No Diddy. Let's go. Hmm. The artists don't work for it. This is an interesting take from Kurt Burrows, actually saying that when it comes down to when it comes down to Sean Combs, he obviously helped the creative input in regards to the style and the look and everything, the branding image of Jodeci and other artists there. But he also mentioned about the sound as well. He was able to fund off the community to repackage that to be able to sell it. That's a fair assessment to make. You know what I mean? It's a fair assessment to make if you live through that to see it happen in real time. I can't speak on that. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Because if there's anything I've learned so far in life, sometimes what you think is what it is not what it is. I'll give you an example. Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones, for example. You would think that because you think Quincy Jones helped produce Thriller album. Don't get me wrong, he did to some degree. But Michael Jackson has done the majority of the work. Do you understand? Like he literally did the majority of the demos. He wrote most of the songs. Yet Quincy that you can get into that for another day for another subject. But the point I'm trying to make is not everything is as it seems in the music industry per se when it comes to roles. You understand? So, but yeah, let's keep it moving. There you go. Do you see what I'm trying to tell you? Kurt Burrows literally just admitted that Brucey B, a DJ in Harlem, would mix R&B vocals with hardcore hip hop beats. So what did Diddy do or Sean Combs do? He used the same situation, except this time it's using those rhythms, making rhythms that make more or less there's no samples in it, no samples in it. You get it, but this sample, the samples. That's case in point. We can let the vocals do the melody. It makes sense. No melody. Yeah, melody. The album is too so killing me. What's the 401 by Nigel Black? Oh. Real love. Hey. I mean, as much as Mary J. Blige is the owner of hip hop soul, once again, Sean Combs stole that style, stole that sound from someone. Once again, do you know what? Let me tell you where she got it from. Let me, or where they got it, where he got it from. Um, the original. Hold on. Everybody's phone's not working properly. Hold on. The originator of hip hop song, not Mary. Like, it was another woman. I just can't remember her name right now. It wasn't her. No, 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 no. It was someone else. Okay. Miss Jones. That's it. Um, Miss Jones. She's the original of it. Hold on. Miss Jones. Hip hop. Yeah, Miss Jones is the originator of hip hop song. Queen, you know what I mean? She's the originator. If you know, you know. And this is the thing again. Look, with music, there's nothing new under the sun. You understand? There's literally nothing new under the sun. So when you put it in that perspective, all right, cool in it. But let's keep it moving. I don't know if Major Buzz is one of my favorite things. Move from A&R to VP. Yeah. He literally said, but our thing is, so it's Eric Sermon saying it. He's a big EPMD fan. Eric Sermon. All right, cool. So I became friends because of the intro of after doing the intro for what's the 411. So now they're explaining the situation of Sean Combs having having an agenda, doing trying to get Misha basically. But here's the thing though, Eric Sermon, I understand, yeah, you broke up with us, you know what I mean? Like, listen, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Okay, you remain friends, but like, I she can do what she can go with whoever she wants to go with. You can't even, so long as you're not married, and you know what I mean. It is what it is. Like, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it for what it is. Like, naturally, like you literally said, you broke up with her. I I don't know what you want me to say. It's like it almost feels pointless that you're here doing mentioning it. But I understand why it needs to be brought up. I understand. Yeah, because you wanted to get back with that. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's right to do, but I can, you can have our own friends. Don't call me beating. Okay, so Justin is born, which is interesting because he looks. I listen. I could be wrong about this, and I don't want to be wrong with someone's paternity or DNA heritage. I don't know, but there's rumors that allegedly he is Anthony Wolf's son, not Diddy. I could be wrong, but that's just the rumors out there. I'm Don't blame me. That's just the rumors out there, all right? So don't blame me. You know what I mean? The older he gets, the more he looks. You see the same way I was saying, I'll be sure son Quincy looks exactly like him. Same thing. I mean, no, obviously, yeah. But anyway, let's go. No, no, no. You can't say it's a bad moment to be the godson, so to be the godfather of for someone. You really can't. I'll be honest. You really can't. I, listen, the parent, no matter what the parent does or has done, you know what I mean. Your role as a godparent is to look out for your godson or godchildren. That's your role. Do you understand? That's your role. There's no bad decision in that. Even if the parent does you dirty somewhere down the line for whatever situation, your role is still to look out for your godchildren. That's it. Um, am I wrong on this? Let me know in the comments below. What's the role of a godparent? What's the role of the godfather? Obviously not godfather of Harlem, but the role of a godfather. Let me know in the comments. Let's go. For who? For Stone Cold or for Justin? One of the two. For both. Yeah, you would be just it's just because you helped the company. Like, look, let's get this all the way straight. Yeah, like I get he's his friend, he wants to make excuses for him. Alright, but look, you just because someone helped the company make more money, so to speak. You know what I mean? They go above and beyond their pay grade. They do things above their pay grade, right? It doesn't mean they should have an ego trip. You can now argue and say, you know what? Not argue, but you can now go to whoever is head of recruitment and you want a different position that, speaks more volumes, that gives you more pay because you're doing so much anyway. So it's like you can have that talk with the head of recruitment and they could, whatever the conversation is going to be, whatever the conversation is going to be, right? But that doesn't mean you should have an ego trip. Do you understand? That doesn't mean that you should disrespect whoever's your boss or your manager. So I don't understand why some people want to act, well, his friend wants to act like just because he helped Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, and all these other artists top the charts and help Uptown Records make millions or whatever the case may be. There's no excuse to have an ego trip. Get out of here with that nonsense. There you go. I'm just bad off. Makes sense. Don't be arguing with your manager like that. Or get off. Simple. Quick when you got fired, right? Fair enough. You can do his own thing. There you go. The West Coast podcast that we want to now talking about Biggie. There you go. What did Tupac say? What did he say? He copied me. Tupac said you copied me. So about Versace, you copy my style. And it's not talking about just Versace, you're talking about style in general. Sonic, trying to copy Sonic, trying to copy what he raps about. Okay, so this is looking at upside down. Mm. He fired him with a caveat. So why was he sick then? Why was he sick when he got fired? That doesn't make no sense to me. There has to be a situation where Biggie probably was like, can I not go with him? Or I don't know what the situation, but we can go for what he's saying is what it is. But there has to be more to it. Like, how did he end it? You know what I mean? There has to be more to it. Oh, that's a sort of his album they recorded. They have to pay for it. Andre Smart. So how do you fire someone and give them leverage to continue to do wrong? That's good. And the Mr. Clive Davis at Alpha. He didn't just cover them. He stuck to them. He turned it to the label. And anyway, it's a good stuff. Okay, Clive Davis is like, yeah. Now, I don't know what the real conversation was between Clive Davis and Sean Combs. What was the real conversation? What was the real conversation? Because the way this guy has been supporting Sean Combs till this day. No, no, no. Okay, not till this day. But like, there has to be, there has to be more to it. There literally has to be more to it. I could be wrong, but there has to be more to it. You know what I mean? You called it bad boy because you wanted to go against the grain. Listen, you called it bad boy. Let's keep it all the way raw. Let's make it make sense. Logic. You know what will make more sense? Biggie naming it out the label. Let me tell you why. If they played the song "Give Me the Loot," yeah, to Clive Davis in order for them to get signed, to get the label done for Bad Boy Entertainment or whatever the case may be, guess what happened? The song they've already recorded has the word bad boy in it. Give me a loot, give me a loot. I'm a bad boy. Give me the loot, give me the loot. I'm a bad boy. It literally has the phrase, I'm a bad boy. Bad boy. Therefore, it makes more sense for it. You think Diddy deserves all the credit for that? No. 100% it goes to Biggie. It goes to Christopher Wallace. Just saying. Okay, Kurt Bauer got 20%. Oh, wow. He didn't even put it in his own name. Okay, let's keep it all in a box. You see, he probably learned a business lesson, and I say business because is it really business? But he probably learned that mentality from somewhere. Where did he learn that from? Clearly, he must have learned it from Clive David. Come on, or okay, well, what are the other? 10 million deal. 1.5 million for overhead. 1.7 million to his own pocket. Okay, so this section of the documentary, this is important because Kurt Burrows is literally saying he was running the finances in regards to Bad Boy Entertainment at the start. That's a very vital piece of information. All right, and the fact that he literally mentioned that it was a $10 million deal, and then 1.5 million dollar went to Sean Combs for his own pocket or own bank account, whatever case, whatever it is, and then a 1.5 million is 1.5 million dollars is supposed to be for the overhead, but Sean Combs said that's yours personally. You can do whatever you want with it. Just make sure my company's running. So obviously he's gonna go into overdrive and do what's necessary to make sure the company makes money, basically. He's just put him a paper gangster. That's mad. That gangster is not his mom did the best for seeing what he didn't get the life with. Damn, that's crazy. The fact that Eric Sermon is saying at this time there was a time when Lisa and and him were still friends, and then he they were in they were in his truck. Okay, we don't know what the purpose was for, and never mentioned what the purpose for. But then he literally just said Sean Combs was knocking on the door on the window of the truck. He's swinging and he's laughing because he's like, oh, damn. He literally, you're putting yourself in jeopardy knowing you can't whoop her. He said, "Look at me in the corner." Hey, nah. He got himself out of a beating. I can't even lie. Sean Combs got himself out of a beating because he said, you know what? Whoa. Cool. Play this. Oh, man. You know when bullies try to bully and then they realize, oh, the wrong one. Let me try and talk myself out of it. It seemed literally that situation. Literally. I say Biggie's album. That's interesting. Biggie's Jordan's Michael Jackson. Fact that Kurt Bowers and literally stealing on his game. Biggie had a slow start. Was very nervous at start. At the, I like the fact that in this documentary, Kurt Burrows is keeping it all the way forward at this point. He's literally just said that it was a slow start, and you see the chart position that Biggie was number 15, Tupac was number 1, and he's saying West Coast was running the game. West Coast is running the game. You know what I'm saying? West Side, around here, somewhere in 993. So Kurt Burrows is literally admitting, and you can tell he's telling the truth because you know when you have that memory and you try to relive that memory of doing something, you know what I mean? Like so, basically, he was literally saying that we were like using it's like a microscope trying to figure out how to make our version of I Get Around, basically. No, no, that's what he's more or less saying. Again, it's all about Versace. You copy my style, not just look in terms of what clothing, it's the sonic, the sound. Come on, man. Yeah, what you said, Stone Cold is mega like that. Everything, video, everything. Even the video, when you think about it, yo, wait. That's gonna be for another day, another time. Let's do the proper Tupac versus Biggie comparison. Yeah, let's go. This is why I always say Tupac is one of my favorites over Biggie. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, Biggie is a top tier lyricist as well, but Tupac, basically, Big Papa is their version. It came out in 1995. Timeline, timeline. Okay, no, Tupac cousin. Basically, just to cut a long story short of what William Lestane is talking about, he mentioned that they got a demo from Biggie and Tupac liked it, and he said, you know what, we're gonna go to his launch party for his album, and that's how they became friends at first. It makes sense. You understand? It literally makes sense. Tupac was such the passion between Biggie and before Biggie spoke, it was up to him. Like you said. If it's that, you can have your own personal opinion about yourself. Yeah, talk with him. Biggie and children. That's this is in 1994, by the way. Just to let you know. And Biggie was supposed to be in Frog Life. If you know, you know. If you know it. Kirk Burroughs admits that Sean Combs was jealous of Tupac and Biggie's friendship. He admits that Sean Combs was jealous. Come on now. Okay, so it makes sense of why he would be jealous. So basically, in a nutshell, he's in a situation where not only is Biggie Sean Combs' artist, he sees him as his friend to the point where even Sean Combs said at his own mouth, not verbatim, but he more or less alluded to he's the only one, only other guy that only person he so-called trusted, and he would, if someone said something bad about him, he would Biggie would defend him. That's how he felt. So when you live like that and have that mentality, of course you're going to be jealous if you've got no other real friends around you. You understand? Of course you're going to be jealous and envious. That the friendship that Tupac and Biggie were having, you were wishing it was you. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like. Anyway, so, yeah, don't call with them. Literally, but there's people that have Kurt Barrow literally just said there's people who have money, success, and fame with no manipulation. The fact that Kurt Barrow said that, that says a lot because you've got to remember he co-founded Bad Boy Entertainment, and he literally said saying that Sean Combs is a manipulator, he's a marketer, which is nothing wrong with being a marketer, but a manipulator that is something that's completely yeah, yeah. Let's go. Yeah, we live in a thing for the state. That's a good tell. Yeah. Damn, damn. Oh, we have to react to part two. We have to react to part two. You know. Of course you don't. Come on, of course you can say you don't know who's responsible. There you go. Kurt Burrows says, in my mature mind, Sean Combs has a lot to do. No, 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 we're using that up. I need to, word for word. Word for word. Hold on, word for word. Let me, this one now, in my mature mind, had a lot to do with the pie of three pies. There you go. I said pie. You know what pie is? Pie is not pie as a flying, but KPI. KPI. You know. Sean Combs is supposed to be repeatedly and forcefully denied any involvement in the pie of Tupac Shakur. He has never been charged with any crime in connection to the case. So that's important to mention that. That's for now. In 2025, we already know about the situation. It's tried in federal court. Um, yeah, we're not going to repeat the story over and over. We already know. We touched more people with this time. It's directed by Alexander Stapleton. Shout out to Stapleton. Executive produced by Kirk Jackson. Executive produced by Alexander Stapleton. And there's more people. But we read off the credits when we read episode 4. Yeah? And listen, everyone is involved. Everybody. It's not just 50 Cent, by the way. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Yeah, man. That's obviously it for now. Um, yeah, man. Because you know what? Yeah, from that. Like it's mad when you think about the situations that people unfortunately go through. But yo, when a documentary like this hits, it is what it is. So we're gonna react to part 2 later. So make sure you stay subscribed for that. Yeah, man. Shout out to BL2 R2O. Shout you out, shout you out, shout you out. Make sure you stay tuned for the next one.